Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon and today we're back with another Enlisted video, and this time we're going to be talking about the Enlisted new system for tanks, or should I say if you are under-tiered. So Enlisted has decided to add replacement tanks in battle, which is interesting and considered to be more of a balance. Now, this is introduced after the soft rule in which matchmakers can form their own teams with roughly the same battle rating as your enemies. But that said, in today's video we're going to be talking about just the replacement tanks, what replacement tanks I think they should actually get, and how this will play out in Enlisted. But without further ado, this video has been made possible for the friends at Discord. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or joined the Discord, I highly suggest that you do. But that said, let's get started. Starting from what we know, if you are under tier, like if you're at essentially fighting at tier 3 and you are at tier 1, you will be upgraded to a tier 2 tank with your same squad if you don't even have that tank available. Meaning you can get that tank without even having to own the tank, or most importantly, if you are not at the level yet to get the tank. For me, this is a pretty good incentivization for you to essentially get tanks, so that's pretty good. On the other hand, if you're in a tier 5 situation and using a tier 3 tank, you're pretty much screwed, and this is why Enlisted has given you a tier 4 tank. Now that is very good. Notice how I say that they're gonna give you a tier 4 tank without you either owning the tank or unlocking the tank. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to switch squads because they just give you a tank for your specific squad, which is kind of good. Now, the question is as simple: what tanks do I suggest that Enlisted give to these players? And the answer is quite simple, and that is tank destroyers. Enlisted should add a few more tank destroyers in game, and Enlisted should give them to essentially players who know how to use tanks. And in my personal opinion, for Germany at tier 2 should be either a Stug or a 7542, the Italian tank destroyer that we have in game. And at tier 4, the Germans should get another Stug. That said, I highly suggest that they to be tank destroyers because tank destroyers make the best sense at destroying enemy tanks. And in my opinion, it just makes sense because if you add an overpowered tank at tier 4, then what is the point? I highly just suggest that Enlisted just adds tank destroyers and be gone with it. What does this actually mean for Enlisted in general? It means that newer players who are actually grinding the game actually have a chance if you're being up-tiered and if you're being massively up-tiered, which is a good and bad thing. The good thing is that Enlisted could just do as they do and stop the curve stomping up players at higher tiers. But on the other hand, it really is a lazy part for Enlisted just to not like have tier 1 to face tier 1 or tier 2 to face tier 3 or tier 1, and so forth. Like literally for me, it is essentially a very cheeky way of bypassing the issue, which I think they still need solving. But at the same time, I would also argue that they need more players to solve said issue. That said, that's all it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.